Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got a book review for you today. I've been up in my book reading, and this one is actually an audio book that I have recently found is the abridged version of this book. So I just want to clarify that up front so that you know that. I might check out the real version of the book and see what I'm missing here, but it was still really good. The book is called Six Pillars of Self-Esteem, and it is by Dr. Nathaniel Branden. And I have to say, I believe that I got this book because a lot of you have recommended it. I think several people recommended it. I was looking on Audible, and there's actually a lot of one-star reviews on this, saying that the information is outdated and the narration is crap. I have to admit the audio performance was not the best, but hey, you know, this is, I care about the content, not how well the audio is delivered. All right, so here's the thing with this book. Again, I'd like to read the actual real version of the book rather than if this is an abridged version. But this book is really fundamental to building self-esteem. And you might say, hey, John, why are you reading a book on building self-esteem? Well, hey, everyone could use some self-esteem building to understand what self-esteem is and to build self-esteem, right? All of us could use a better self-esteem. And this book really lays it out really well. I really liked what the author had to say about self-esteem. I agree 100% with what he calls the 6 pillars of self-esteem. A lot of it is around accepting personal responsibility. A lot of it is around this idea of not apologizing for yourself and feeling like you're worthy enough. Self-acceptance. I mean, one of the big, I think, overarching themes of the book is this idea of acceptance, of accepting yourself. And not only that, you know, I thought this was wonderful because I'd said this before. I've done a video on looking honestly in the mirror, okay? And I hadn't read this book before, but one of the exercises he has in the book is to stand naked in front of the mirror for like 5 minutes and just accept everything that you see, right? And this is more than just a physical thing. I think this is a mental thing too, just accepting yourself as you are, not necessarily liking it, right? And I think this is a key, is that sometimes we think that in order to accept things, we have to like them. And he makes it very clear in this book, something I totally agree with, is the idea that acceptance is facing reality for what it is, and then allowing it to be, allowing yourself to be, recognizing that you are exactly where you are right now, that as he uses an analogy in the book of a flower. When is a flower perfect? Is it when it's a seed? Is it when it's sprouting? Is it when it's a plant? Is it when it's flowered? Is it when it's wilted? No, it's perfect the entire time, right? Because that's what it's supposed to be. And that's the same thing with you and I. And so realizing that whoever we are, wherever we are right now, it's perfect. It's exactly where we're supposed to be right now. It doesn't mean that we don't have ambitions. It doesn't mean that we don't try and improve. It doesn't mean that we don't notice the defects that we have and try to make better, but it means that we accept them. And because if you can't accept things, you can't move on. You can't improve. You can't change reality if you can't accept reality. And so I think that's a beautiful example of how to raise your self-esteem, is to recognize your shortcomings, recognize your strengths, to be very objective about it, and just to be happy about it anyway, to be accepting of it. I did this video recently about how I'm fucking thrilled with my life and everything that I do, and you can check out that video. And that's something that I have believed in for a long time, is just this idea that, like, you should be fucking thrilled with yourself and what you're doing. It's not narcissism, it's not conceited. People will call it that, that's fine. But what it is it's just that, like, you're great, you're awesome, we're all awesome, you know, just exactly how we are. It doesn't mean we can't improve, it doesn't mean we don't strive. But if you never are happy with yourself, if you're never accepting of where you are right now, it's harder to grow, it's harder to go further. And if you're in denial, especially, you know, for those of you that are trying to lose weight or trying to get shape or build a physique, there's been times in my life where I thought I was the shit, right? And I wasn't, where I was like, oh man, yeah, look at that, you got a 4-pack going on. Maybe you can't just have a 6-pack, but it's cool because, you know, you look so much better than everyone else or whatever. But it was denial because I wasn't actually reaching my goal, right? And I've had this at various stages in my fitness where I just denied these things. And until I started accepting it, until I started looking really raw in the mirror and saying, okay, there's actually a problem here. Yeah, you're carrying a little bit of fat on the love handles here, maybe, right? That you think you could lose more fat, right? Or your shoulders could be bigger, or whatever. You know what I mean? Not to pick on. It doesn't mean we have to pick on ourselves and bring ourselves down. But if you want to achieve a really good physique, you got to look at it objectively. You got to say, hey, this is exactly what I look like now. So there's a lot of other elements to this book. On self-esteem, a lot of it, having integrity is really important. One of the things that really stuck out to me in this book was that he said that it's such a great deception to believe, to say to yourself, only I will know, as if other people's opinions of you or evaluations of you are more important than your own. And this is like, I mean, if you get anything from that book, just that one thing, to realize that when you know what the truth is, and you know that you've cheated, or you know that you're not genuine, or you know that you've lied, or you know that you've violated your integrity in some way, it doesn't matter if the world thinks you're a rock star. It doesn't matter if the world loves you and worships you and thinks you're awesome and thinks you have done so many amazing things and that you're an amazing, upright person. You know deep down who you really are. You know deep down what your shortcomings really are. You know deep down the truth. And that's gonna hit your self-esteem harder than anything else. And so having actual integrity is so important, because not just so people can trust you, not just the outward appearance, but if you don't have integrity, you know it. You're the one who knows it, and you can't have self-esteem without integrity, right? You got to be able to be vulnerable. You got to be able to come honestly. But anyway, this is a really good book. I highly recommend it. At least this audio version. It is an abridged version. The narration, like I said, get through that. Yes, it's old language. Yes, it's an old book. Yes, some people would say some of these things have been disproved in modern psychology. Bullshit. This is the fundamentals of self-esteem. If you want to build self-esteem, this book will help you to do it. If you like these videos, okay, I got something for you. Two things for you. One, if you want to get all the reviews, I do a lot of reviews because I go through like sometimes 3 to 4 books a week. I read like 72 books last year. I do a lot of running. I won't go into the details, but you can check out my reviews. They're pre-filtered because I'm only reviewing stuff. I'm only reading stuff that has been highly recommended. That's usually a really good book or has the potential to do it, or to be it. If it's not, I tell you, right? You know, I do it gently because I don't want to. I don't like to just tear down other people's shit. But I tell you what my opinion is on it. So check that out. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button. Click the bell to get notifications whenever I release a new video, so you don't miss any videos. You can always skip a video if you don't want, but at least you'll know when the videos come out because YouTube doesn't always tell you. All right, that's all I got for you today. Go check out the book again, 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. I will talk to you next time. Take care.